Hey, good morning, everyone. I just want to show you guys something. We're on Southwest Santa Barbara Place. You've got this huge tree here. This tree knocked down a power line. If you look up here, you can see the power line. Some folks on this block haven't had power for 12 days now. Just about everyone on the block has got power, but you've got two homes on this block that don't have it because you have this huge tree here that you're looking at. It knocked down a power line. Come over this way and I'll show you the power line that it took out. So right here, this is the pole. The tree comes down, the tree knocks down the pole knocks out power for a lot of people living inside of this community. If you zoom in, you can even see some of the wires there tangled up in some of the brush a little bit. Well, again, only two houses don't have power. I want to show you the two houses. One of them is over here. We're told that the folks living inside of this house, husband and wife, they've got a camper and they've been able to stay inside the camper, so they haven't had any problems. This house, however, there's a full family that lives in this house. You see the down power line hanging over the fence. There's a 12-year-old boy that lives inside of this place, and he has got stage 4 cancer. And he's gone all of this time without power in his home. His family has pled with LCEC to try and get this pole back up, but they have not had any help. Their pleads have not come to any avail. And so at this point, they don't really know what to do. They're hopeful that they can get it as soon as possible, but again, 12 days now that they've been going without power. They say they really need him and love for him to be able to take warm baths, because within those warm baths and the Epsom salt that he's got in it, it relieves some of the pain that he has, and it gives him some comfort. It relieves some of his stress, makes his body feel a little bit better. But they can't take a warm shower because they don't have any power. If you might be able to hear it, there's a generator that they've got. They've been running that for days now, and some of you guys might know that's expensive. You got to put the gas inside of the generators and enable for them to run. And so they've got the generator, but the kid still can't take warm baths. And we talked to his mother earlier this morning, and she says, we've pleaded with LCEC, please come out here. They're aware of the situation. I reached out to LCEC. They said yesterday they were able to get power back to a lot of people in Cape Coral, which is why the people living on these streets here, the folks driving up and down the roadway, they've got power back because they were working so hard out here. Just about everyone in Cape Coral at this point has power, but you still have people who don't. 7,000 people, LCEC says, as of about 2 hours ago, don't have power. Well, these are two of those 7,000. The reason they still don't have power is because it's a unique case, right? You've got that power line over there that I showed you earlier. They've got to fix the power line and the transformer as well. So when LCEC sees a problem like this, that's a little bit more problematic. It's a little bit more, the workload is a little bit more than your average situation because of the transformer and the down power line. It takes them a little bit longer to get out to the house. But one thing the mother tells me is, you know, every day, every hour, guys, we've been giving you all updates as to how many people don't have power. You know, they come every couple hours, 7,000 the latest. She feels that it's not about numbers as much as it is personal stories. Within the numbers, there are stories, there are people behind the numbers, and sometimes we don't report the numbers. Sometimes the people aren't aware of the stories behind those numbers, and here you have two of the 7,000 without. And when you hear 7,000, you don't think, well, what are the cases within each of those 7,000? Because you just might not know. Well, here you've got some folks with a 12-year-old boy, stage 4 cancer, still without power. This is one of the stories behind the 7,000, 12 days now without it. We're hopeful that our reporting will get them power as soon as possible. It's a tough situation because you see all of this left here. So it's bigger than just fixing the lines, but getting rid of the tree as well. But it does make you think. The mother started crying to us this morning as she talked about what she's had to go through over the last 12 days just to get her son through this. They say that her kid wants to go back to school so he can no longer think and focus on what he's had to go through here. They say all she's been able to do is play DVDs for him because they've got the generator up and running. But other than that, they haven't been able to supply any other forms of entertainment for him because that's all they've really got with this generator.